He does this all the time. He does this all the time.
Oh, that was the finger. I thought you were gonna do the other hand.
Finger.
I got
What?
so confused. I thought you were gonna do the other hand. I wasn't ready for your left. I was ready for the right thing. Hi everybody, and welcome to Gamer Breakfast. My name is Jalbagel, and I'm joined by my co-host SkojSkull.
Hello.
And our beautiful, lovely, amazing guest today, KittyBitGames. Gaming.
I have no hands, but hello.
Sasha and Roy, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah. So if you guys don't know Sasha and Roy, KittyBitGaming, you may have seen them on Twitter and on TikTok and on Twitch doing cosplay, gaming, muscles, and cats. I love that branding.
That's a great branding.
Yeah, it's all the best things.
We couldn't decide on just one thing, so it's all of it.
We're all over the place.
And that's perfect too, right? And it really that's something that I always thought was really cool because it really comes through on your streams too, because you have the adoption agency information like up on your streams as well to adopt like pets and stuff like that. And I think that's just so cool because you have 5 cats.
7.
Seven?
Yeah.
7 cats?
Mom, don't come up here.
I don't know why that's a question, but we have 7.
We have 7. It's too many. But yeah,
No,
we're at capacity.
That's the perfect number.
It's lucky.
Perfect number cats.
We just have 2 seniors that we sometimes have to keep a little bit off to the side because they get a little ornery, and they had really bad upbringing, so they had it really rough, so they tend to get a little rambunctious with you.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, the other ones are a lot younger.
Yeah, they're just so done with the youngins. They're like, leave me alone.
They kind of stress them out. Exactly.
Dang whippersnappers.
Yep.
But besides that super simple and straightforward introduction that I gave, is there anything else that you want to let the audience know about you before we really jump into it?
I think you've got everything. Is there anything you would add?
You're always worth working out. You're always worth the effort.
Amen.
Yes. Hell yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, like let's actually talk about that a little bit, because I mean I don't exactly know where your guys social media and content creation really started, but I'm pretty sure Sasha, excuse me, I was introduced to you first through and I see the head back there, I don't remember his name, but your Demon Slayer cosplay.
Inosuke.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that was the first time that I had ever saw you, and I didn't know who you were at the point, or like that you had an interest in Monster Hunter, because that's like really where the majority of us met. But I remember seeing that cosplay, and then like Capcom creators came around, and then I saw you guys pop into the Capcom creators, and I was like, oh, I should go check this out. I was like, oh, wait a minute, yeah, that's that really muscular girl that cosplays the dude from Demon Slayer.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, that was actually the first time I ever posted myself on the internet. Was
oh really?
Oh really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I was a VTuber for I guess since 2017, because I was pretty self-conscious about the way that I looked. I thought people would not like it, so I am in no pictures, and I used to wear a hoodie like in the summer. So all the pictures that I have of me before, I guess 2019, I have like no before pictures, because I am always in a flippin' hoodie. Like I've been going through all my dang pictures trying to find something, because people are like, "What did you look like before you started lifting?" Like I don't. I got nothing.
I wore a hoodie a
need
lot.
to keep looking. Yeah, it's bad.
I think.
So did you start lifting in 2019?
I lifted in high school, and then I got some comments about like steroid use, and I didn't even know what they were at the time. They asked me if I was juicing, and I was like, you mean like juicing vegetables? What?
Make smoothies.
And that was exactly what I said to them, because I didn't know what the hell they were talking about. So I went online and looked it up, and I was like, oh, fuck. So I quit lifting, and I started like doing cardio and eating not enough food, and I did that for years. And so I stopped working out for a bit, and then my mom got cancer, and she's totally fine in remission, and everything's good. But when she was going through radiation, she was working out at the like Baylor. They have a gym there, and so I went to the gym with her and started lifting again, and like newbie gains and blew up and was looking ridiculous, and I was super self-conscious about it. Roy kept giving me like all these pep talks, like people actually like that, like there's not anything wrong with it.
Oh,
I didn't believe him until he showed me Autumn Ivy. I don't know if y'all are familiar with her. And I saw her content.
Her through you.
Yeah, I adore her. I owe her everything. So
she actually did some voice work in Mortuary Assistant.
Yeah, and she's excellent. I absolutely adore her. But I saw her stuff, and I saw like people's reactions to her, and like she was into horses and animals and all the things that I loved. And I was like, man, I want to be just like her. I want this in my life. So that's when I decided to try cosplaying and started posting myself online. I stopped wearing hoodies in the summer. Just like completely turned my life around. It was ridiculous.
That's awesome though.
Yeah.
Like, so where do you think that hurdle was for you, right? Because I mean, changing that mentality from being uncomfortable, like presenting who you are in a public forum, to being comfortable with that, like that's not like a flip of a switch. That's like a big mental barrier. Like where do you think that change like actually happened for you? Like where did that confidence come from?
Yeah.
It was really slow because I'm still like, if I go to like the mall or something and there's a ton of people and I'm not wearing sleeves, a lot of the time I still wish that I was, because I get a lot of people looking at me and everybody seems to have like an opinion when they see a girl with a lot of muscles and it's not always a good one. And I just wish that people could like just look at me like, okay, that's a person, and just like move on. Like if you see a muscular dude, you might think like, oh, they're muscular. Like maybe you would look at them. I feel like nobody looks at them the same way.
No,
like it's not that unusual.
You're right. Yeah, there's still this like social norm, like we expect men to be muscular, but then we also understand that men aren't muscular, and that's like a norm. So like whatever a man looks like we really don't care, but there's still like that social perception that, whoa, women should be, you know, this size, this shape, this build. And I mean, that's mentality is slowly being
like
tackled and chipped away. Yeah, I mean, especially with the advent of social media and shared interest, right? Like sharing exactly. Like I think that's being, you know, at least tackled, but at least like in your general public setting, like absolutely, like people are just gonna be like, well, that's not normal. Like what's their deal?
Yeah, well, I mean, there's also different, speaking from, I guess, from their perspective as well, it's just, it's not something you usually see. There's not that many very muscular women out there. It's like when I was back in high school, the majority, like a lot of the people in my high school, like majority were white people. And whenever you would see like a black person walk by, you'd kind of just be like, wait, kind of thing. But there's nothing wrong with that. It just happens to be like that. You glance, you kind of look that way where it's like something different is going on. Like, nothing negative about it, but that is a possibility, right?
Yeah,
it is a possibility.
We're not saying that like everyone's intent is. We're not saying that everyone's intent is negative, obviously like harmful or negative. Yeah, exactly. But the general consensus or the general ideology does tend to lean negative and harmful. Because you know people suck.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things we're out to change.
Right.
Exactly.
I'm not saying that people have to like muscle girls, but like just kind of give them their space. It's like you see somebody with a body type you don't like if you like muscular girls, you're not gonna go hate on the skinny girls who are conventionally attractive. They can have their space too. I just don't want people to hate on it. Like just leave it be. If it's not for you, then move on.
Have you met like any weird people, especially on Twitter? Like,
boy,
it's like step on me or something.
Weird people on internet. Yes, the answer is yes. The answer is a resounding, unequivocal yes.
Yeah, I'm sure y'all have too. They're a lot.
You guys have DMs and they might be like, that might stand for direct message for you or whatever. With us, DM means damn, man.
Yeah, I am terrified terrified to open DMs. Like even from people that I know, I have anxiety. Like
it's like, what are they gonna say?
What do you have to say to me that you can't say on a public forum? It just
right.
Oh man,
I get the same way though. Like I totally get it. But I don't know, because like my situation is obviously a lot different, right? Because it's mostly when it comes to like, you know, leaderboard moderation and just the Monster Hunter community as a whole. Because like when I get a DM, I get a little anxious too, especially if I don't know who that person is. So the first thing I always check is, do I have any servers in common with this person? Like, 'cause it's usually through Discord. Like, do I have anything in common with this person? No, block.
I look at that too. Like, I will make sure they're not in any like familiar servers. That way, I'm not like misinterpreting the situation or what's being said. But yeah, usually that is a quick way to judge it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, and because like that's always the thing that like I'm scared about with cosplaying. Like I'm not scared about like my body, and like I really don't care about like what people are inevitably going to say, but that's like with me. But like when people cosplay, people get very
critical,
obsessive. And critical, yeah. And that especially with, you know, some modern characters, and like I mean like even the Demon Slayer cosplay that you do, like you're gender bending it, and it does reveal like a lot of skin, and that is very close to the portrayal of that character. Like he wears pants and a boar mask, like that's what he's got. And like the fact that you like have that mental fortitude to take that, because one of my life goals is to be able to cosplay Kamina from Gurren Lagann. I would love to do Kamina one day.
Oh man,
I am not built that way.
And you don't have to be.
No,
as long as you
but
got
I want
Kamina energy.
Yeah, and I but like for me personally, like the biggest part of that cosplay is like his like, he's cut, but he's not ripped, right? Like he's got like a good physique, but it's not like he's you know bodybuilder to the max, right? So like that's something that can be achieved, and I know I can do that. Absolutely. It's like I set that goal for myself like years ago, and I am not doing well with it, but we still have that goal. But like that's one of the things, like if I do that, if I do that, I want to do it like in the right way, but just kind of like knowing that I'm gonna put myself out there gets, you know, it gets scary.
Yeah.
Cosplay can be so good for motivation, for working out, especially for fitness, health in general. Cosplay is amazing.
Yeah, and if you go cosplay at a con, like everyone is so supportive and positive. Like when they come and ask you for a picture, man, I think that did more than anything as far as like helping me feel comfortable being out and being seen without a ton of clothes on.
Oh yeah,
just everyone was so nice and like so respectful, and just like
I would say that the cosplay community is like the best body positive like community out there. Like, and when I say the cosplay community, I mean the people that are cosplaying, the people that reply to cosplay images on Twitter, Reddit, Facebook. Those people. That you are not who I am talking about.
No.
They always got an opinion. Like it's like they think that they're just sitting at a table and everyone cares about what their cards say. Oh, what's your rating of this? It's like, who even are you? Do you even cosplay?
Do you even cosplay? What are your cosplays? Which is actually the one I think I like started to know you from, because I watched a shit ton of Marvel stuff. I love Marvel. I follow along pretty well. You did She-Hulk, and you were sort of it was kind of just like
She-Hulk.
Right, exactly.
Let's cut his shirt up and
literally with scissors. Yep.
You wanted to do a you were kind of, I don't know if you're disappointed with the physique that they have in the show right now, or what they showed, or if it was something you were like expecting the other version, which is like the more muscular version of She-Hulk.
Yes and no.
Comic version.
Yeah.
It depends on, I guess, where they go with it. Roy knows more than I do on it, but he was saying that there is a universe in which she starts out less buff and then she starts working out and her She-Hulk version gets more buff. So if they go that direction with it, I think that would be really cool. If they really don't, then like she could probably be bigger, but I just wish like when Bruce Banner goes Hulk, he like doesn't get makeup and thinks he looks like the same person, but she gets like fancy hair and eyeshadow and stuff. Like when she transforms, she was
built-in makeup,
right, built-in makeup. Like
built-in makeup.
That was not necessary. She could put on makeup that complements her skin, but like when she transforms from not wearing makeup, she shouldn't just like have it on. But and some of the parts where like the way the clothing fit her with a muscular build, those would not necessarily be the parts that would break, but that's just like
movie magic,
I guess.
Yeah,
that's we know how clothes work because we make cosplay, so it's like it's just being pedantic about it, like, oh, her jacket shouldn't have torn right there, it should have torn, you know,
like it's
here.
Not here that it's tight, it's like here,
the arms
and in the lats, and it's just that's not that important.
Sasha's like, I've broken clothes before. I know how it happens.
It's not that I've broken clothes necessarily, but I just know the areas that are stressed and what I can't necessarily wear without altering. So, but
that's the thing too, that a movie like She-Hulk and the representation that She-Hulk has, that means something to you, right?
Yeah, the fact that she's even out there.
Yeah. Exactly. And so my thinking here is that a movie like that should cater to someone like you, should take into consideration those aspects and those elements, like those details that makes it more relatable, even more relatable to you, a niche audience. 'Cause like that's why, like, for characters being portrayed that are a part of the LGBTQIA+, like they get, LGBTQ plus actors for that, because it's representation. Now, I'm not saying here like go find a muscle woman, but at least go find someone who understands how this physiology works, and like how this personality works, right?
Yeah, and I have seen some arguments online for like they should have gotten a second actress that was a bodybuilder to play her as opposed to doing it CG. I kind of agree.
They do have someone that is taller. I don't know. I think she is muscular too. I'm not entirely sure, but they do have someone to kind of just show the main actress to kind of be like where she would be placed and where she should be for the different scenes. So they do have something like that, and to kind of see the height. So
I'd be interested to see like the development of that movie after the fact, right? Because it's not out yet, right? Like it hasn't come out yet.
Oh, it's been released.
Oh, it is out.
Yeah, it's
being released. Yeah.
Oh, it's a show. I thought it was a movie.
No, it's a show.
It's unfortunately not a movie, but it's a show. I think that this was like episode 4 this week.
Yeah, 3.
Something like that.
Okay.
I think 4.
It's fun.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'd be interested to see, like, after the show releases and everything like that, the development process for it, and why they made certain decisions and how they made those decisions, right? I mean, and like it really like I would even like to see that stuff for like Moon Knight and for like the Loki show, like for all of that stuff too, because I mean, especially with Marvel Universe stuff and just like comic books in general, they take a lot of aspects from real life and then they superhuman it, right? So they're taking a lot of different things from a lot of different cultures and trying to represent that appropriately. I would like to see what their development process is for that. Like, are they actually taking the steps to find people that are experts in these things? Like Moon Knight has a huge Egyptian mythos and Egyptian culture like representation in it.
They
can't just have 20 white dudes writing that. You just can't. You can't do it. No. You can't have 20 me's doing that stuff. Like you aren't gonna get the right vibe.
They do have that, by the way.
Well, yeah, but like now, but like I know they had that like consultation, right? I want to know to like what degree they do that, and more so because like I know they do that for like cultural stuff. I would like to see that more for like character stuff too, right? Like in the aspect of She-Hulk, like how far did they look into this stuff? You know.
They have all that. It's like a behind the scenes like video. They have like a whole. They do this for like every show and movie now. That when they release a movie or something, they also release. It's called Marvel Assembled. They kind of show like it's like an hour long like documentary and like behind the scenes of how everything was made, like who was worked behind it. They do like a little like director's chair sitting kind of thing where they're kind of just talking, and it's really cool. and there's like even some things that are hidden in the background, like especially for Moon Knight, where there's a lot of like art and everything in like a lot of the scenes that kind of get overshadowed in the show. They show that in the behind the scenes and like how much in depth it was. Like they brought a lot of like students from a college to actually paint and create a lot of this stuff too, and it was like so heartwarming and really cool to see.
Yeah, it's actually
that out.
sick.
Marvel Assembled, huh? Okay.
Yeah, that sounds cool as heck.
It's on Disney
Go watch
Plus.
it. Not sponsored.
You're welcome.
Right, yeah.
But could be.
As we've told you guys, we're like super weebs. We rarely get into live action stuff. We have been more lately. We've been exploring it a little bit more lately, but usually it's all, if it's not anime, we're almost never interested.
I feel that.
If it's not anime, it's Marvel.
Oh yeah,
That's
same
about
here.
it.
The I've been watching Cowboy Bebop recently.
Oh,
Ooh,
nice.
nice.
Oh, man,
Fantastic
Yeah.
show.
Fucking
Big
good.
choice.
It holds up.
Dun, 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 dun. Oh, wait, no,
As soon as you,
that's-
once you get done with that one, the natural progression is Samurai Champloo. If you haven't,
I was
gotten
gonna
it.
say it.
I was gonna
I
do
didn't see that.
Trigun.
Ooh,
Oh
that's
yeah,
another good one.
Trigun. That's another good one. Yep. Those,
You might want to watch
80s,
that
90s
before the new
animes.
one.
Yeah, I want
Oh
to
yeah,
try
that's
to.
right. They are making a new Trigun.
Yep.
Yes.
I would watch the OG before that. Well,
Yeah,
You think so?
absolutely.
Hmm?
Absolutely. Just to
Yeah.
get that appreciation for it, right? Because like rebooting a show like that, you want to know where it comes from.
Yeah.
You have like
Yeah.
a much greater
CG.
appreciation for the. Yeah. Well, because isn't it? Hold on, I need to look this up.
It looks like a really
'Cause
good
wasn't this-
CG too. But before we like dive too crazy into anime, should because I want to know about more about you, but we can figure out this whole Trigun thing situation.
yeah, that works for us.
Oh,
Yeah, for sure.
go
Oh, yeah.
ahead. I'm gonna look this up for myself. I don't even know.
Oh, yeah, go for it.
But both of you kind of run social media together. You guys are like a tag team when it comes to a lot of this, and I imagine with everything, because where you help out with a lot of the cosplay and designing as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Most of the foam work and the armor work or the props. That's mostly me, and Sasha's like wigs and tailoring and that kind of stuff.
So you're basically Dress Up Darling.
Yeah, like
Basically, yeah.
that was like our favorite show of last year. Like, oh my god,
show
that
was
was such a good show.
It
Like,
was so relatable. God, I loved it so much.
It's so good. I watched it recently. I was like, oh my gosh. But yeah, I just want to say the tag team with you guys, I think it's like really inspiring and like really awesome to see. Like you guys just work together with everything. For the longest time when you were in my Discord, I thought it was you, Kitty, Sasha.
Yeah, Roy's the social butterfly. I'm like the lurker.
Yeah, he's like, you do the things. I'm just gonna be over here.
Yeah,
'cause-
I look cool, and then that's.
But no,
Well, because like that
You guys work
was
great
like
together.
that's like always the funny thing when you have like a duo streaming, like two people streaming off of the same account, or like two people like sharing the same like media handles, because like the GCU does that and Level Up Duo does that. It's always funny like when one of them jumps in, I want to say like hi to the person, but then it's like, well, which one is it? Like who's actually behind the keyboard? So,
Right. Yeah.
You're just
yeah, a
like,
lot of the streamers we frequent, they always will ask like, so is this Roy or Sasha? But generally we're both in the chat, like just on different devices, and then we just, if we want to say something, we just say something. We just type it out.
Right, yeah, he's usually got it up on the computer over here, and I'm over here with the tablet. And sometimes it's different streams, sometimes it's the same stream, and one of us has volume.
Gotcha.
But yeah, same.
really
Yeah, because
cool.
I remember I asked one time. You're like, oh no, we're both here. I was like, okay, cool. So I just take that assumption every time.
Yeah, and it's probably safe to assume.
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
awesome.
we
though.
also bounce from a lot of streams because we try to support everyone. If someone's live, we try to at least get a device that's watching them. That way they've got a little bit, we will say hi, and then we might lurk and go say hi to someone else. And then sometimes we'll have like several devices with all of them with volume. We're just trying to keep up. It's like crazy media, but
Yeah, depending on the day, there's certain days that like everybody's on that we really want to watch.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. It's like Wednesday.
Yeah.
Wednesday.
Wednesday,
is
everyone's on.
crazy.
Why is
It's
Wednesday the day?
It's like streamer church on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Everyone is there.
I'm glad we're usually not busy on Wednesdays because we can actually get into a lot of them. Buddy?
Oh,
There they are.
Yippee.
oh my goodness! See, that's your
Which
workout
one's this?
partner.
This is Stubby, because he's
Oh, it's
missing the end
Stubby.
of his tail.
He sure
Oh.
is.
Oh,
And he
Brand.
came like that. I don't know what happened.
he came like that.
Yeah,
The-
fresh out of the barn like that.
Yeah.
So
I always like your guys' social media posts, like
Oh
your Twitter
my
posts in the
gosh.
morning of the workout trainer for the day.
yeah.
It's usually Axel. Like it's almost always Axel attacking the floor mat, but it's
Yeah.
always fun to see those.
So funny.
Yeah, he's there every morning for me, and he loves the workout mats, so he keeps me doing it every day, because otherwise he gets mad if the workout mat doesn't come out. He's like, where is it?
Yeah.
I need to get my workout in. Come on.
Right, yeah. So
So-
he motivates me to do it every day, or at least set up and get over there, which is like 90% of it.
Yeah.
So that's why I post him. I know not everybody likes that, but if everybody decided to follow for Axel instead of me, that would make my whole life.
So do you guys work out together usually, or is it kind of like
A lot of the time it's just me, because Rory's got a lot of like old back injuries and stuff, so weightlifting is not so much an option. It depends on the day though.
Gotcha.
Yeah, some days I can do more. Most days I can't, because I can aggravate old injuries. I've had a lot of surgeries and knee injuries as
gotcha.
well. So I'm not as fit as I would like to be, but I still will try to get down there and do something when I can.
Oh yeah, of
Yeah.
course. Sounds good.
I have my weight bench, my bench that I
Hey.
bought 2 years ago, adjacent to me. It's just off camera.
That's
Oh,
a nice
nice.
place to have it.
I know. What's really funny is because it used to sit like behind my couch, and then it moved like next to my setup, and then now I've rearranged my office, and so now it lives right here. It fit perfectly right here, and I put it there, and I remember I put it there. I was like, okay, cool. Now it's next to me. I'll remember to use it.
Yeah, exactly. So if
Still
you get,
no.
like, you'll get it. I mean, when we try to make working out as fun as possible. Like Sash, she likes to do her cardio while she games.
Yeah, otherwise I would
Such a good idea.
I
do
wouldn't
you
be
do
able to
that?
fit both into my life. So I have like a little stationary bike. It was only like 100 something on Amazon
Yeah, that's not
about
bad.
3 years ago, I think was when I got it. And so if I'm not streaming and I'm playing a game, I'm on the bike. So that gets me like an hour or two of cardio every day
That's
if
a
I
good
have
idea.
time
Think
to
about that.
game. Yeah, and then I don't miss out on any game time to fit my cardio in or whatever.
I
Or
should
if
do
you got
that.
a
Play
game
Final
with-
Fantasy while the
That's what Sasha
Yes.
does. That's exactly
What?
what he does.
No,
Those
I didn't get
dungeons,
Steam
like-
Deck.
It just like I forget everything when I'm in those flipping dungeons. I could ride that bike for like 3 hours. I can't feel my legs, and I don't even notice. Like 14 is the best.
Your
for
white
doing
mate's getting
cardio,
her burn on.
right. Yeah,
Do
they
you play
don't know.
14 with a controller?
Yes.
Okay, because
Yeah,
I
at first
played
I
keyboard
feel
and
like that,
mouse,
yeah.
and so like I'm sitting here thinking like, how am I gonna ride a bike
Oh,
and keyboard and mouse at
right,
the
yeah.
same time? So I'll have to learn. I'll have to learn with controller.
It's
But I'll do
bad
it.
with
That sounds
controller.
great.
I started on the PS3 though, so that I've got like muscle
Oh,
memory,
okay.
but it's the hotbar setup's bad on the controller.
Yeah,
But,
I know there's a lot of like
Yeah.
you got to like take time to set it up your way, but I
Yeah.
should. My problem now is that I don't set aside time to like work out and to exercise, because my days right now are insane. I wake up, I go to work, I come home, I stream, I go to bed. That's it. There's no time in between.
Yeah, when
And
you're
so
on stream,
like yeah, and like I'm not making time to do anything else, and so like actually having like if I'm gonna exercise, it's actually gonna be on stream, but like I'm not anywhere near comfortable to do that yet.
Oh, I feel you. Yeah, I got curly hair. I end up with like a flippin' afro. So it's just not a look. Not on me anyway.
There are some good ways to throw like working out into your playtime. Like we used to play a lot of Destiny, and
Oh,
Destiny
yeah.
has like the longest loading times ever.
Yeah.
And we would just have weights sitting next to us. So like during those loading screens, you just do a few curls, get a little pump on between,
Yeah.
and the longer your loading times, the more fit you get.
Just
Games
play on the
hardly have that
PlayStation
anymore,
4.
Yeah, play
Yeah,
it
I
the
gotta
old
play them.
console.
Pay to win, pay to go fast, very too fast. I remember because I went from playing like Monster Hunter World on the PS4 to playing Monster Hunter World on this absolute monstrosity of a computer that I built, and I went from like a minute and a half load times to 4 seconds.
Oh dang!
Yeah.
Oh man.
I can't go back to the PlayStation.
PlayStation for world load times, you could probably get a full workout in.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, it was
Because,
bad.
Oh my god, the world load screens. I forgot they were that bad. Yeah, they're great for weightlifting.
Before iSport released,
Here's what I do.
Yeah.
Here's what I do is I get my PS4 back out. I load up Monster Hunter World and I do a speed run of that of 0% on the PS4, and during all the load screens and all of the cutscenes I work out.
You could probably
that works.
Yeah.
6 hours that would take.
Well, I mean, like, how long are the cutscenes?
That's a heck of a workout.
Yeah.
there's an hour and 3 minutes of cutscenes in 0%.
You get a good workout in that.
Oh, if you're just doing if you're just lifting, you might actually hit failure during a stream.
Oh,
it's a
man.
long time to work out.
What were some of the struggles with you? I guess getting into working out. We can start with that. Like how did you get yourself started?
I've just like always been really strong. I hate to like. It sounds bad.
No, it's fine.
Because I know it's like super privileged to like. I know a lot of people struggle to like do their first push-up and stuff, and like I could in first grade do push-ups on my toes, and when I started when they did like physical fitness tests for my class, like girls it was just like to hold the chin-up bar for like 45 seconds or something, guys it was 3 reps of a chin-up or something, and I could do the guys version in lower school, and so I've just like always been really strong. So when I started lifting weights in high school, I just like I blew up. Like I wasn't this lean because I wasn't dieting at the time, but I was probably this built. But it looked maybe slightly bigger, not as cut, but just as much like mass. I was the same weight. So I probably looked about as ridiculous. I don't have any pictures, so I can't really tell for sure. But I'm assuming if people were asking me if I was juicing, that I looked similar to how I do now.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So I just like lived in a hoodie and thought it was weird.
Oh.
Got those genetics for One Punch Woman.
Right. Yeah. And my dad's kind of the same. Like he never worked out, and he's got like biceps the size of my head for no reason.
That's crazy. That's good genes. Like I wish I could do that. Like for me, I'm just skin and bones. I struggled throughout like my entire life for like fitness wise to do much. Like I could barely like it's a struggle with push-ups. I struggle with like pull-ups and everything. I'm getting better at it. I could do 20 push-ups pretty comfortably now.
Nice. I could do 5.
Yeah. Huh?
Hey,
it's something. I mean,
I mean, some people struggle with 1. That's still excellent.
Yeah. No, because I was in 2018 before I started streaming. I was like just depressed. Like life sucked in 2018. 2018 sucked because I was in a job that I hated. Like all my friends were moving away from my hometown. Like I had my one friend, Bill Turtle. You guys might know him from my streams. Him and I were like the only 2 people that were like still living here. So we decided to go to the gym, and we were going to the gym literally every day. Right. So like that helped like maintain like not being in that rut. But I remember like if I wasn't in the gym, I'd get home, I'd turn on my PS4 and I'd just play World until like 2 a.m. and then just go back to work the next morning. Like it was a bad rut. But I was in the gym 5 days a week, 2 hours a day, an hour of like weight training and then an hour of cardio. And I never saw a change in my body shape. Never. And I know why, right? Like I never really changed my diet. I probably wasn't doing good enough focus on like the different muscle groups. Like my exercises like weren't that great. Cause I always had like people like correcting me, you know, on like how to like do a lift, or, like how to do an exercise. So that's why I tried to stay on like machines instead of with free weights. But even still, like I didn't see any progress that entire year. I felt better. I was maybe a little bit leaner, didn't have as much of a pot belly, but then that was it, right? Like I didn't grow anything. So it's like it's one of those things like if I want to get back to exercising, but I need to do it like the right way, because if I don't, then like another year of effort going into this thing, and the only thing that I've developed is habit.
Well, Well, a good habit can go a long way. That's the usual misconception is like everyone wants to, they focus on the fitness and they focus on the peak, like the apex of what you could be, rather than focusing on just becoming happier and healthier, just being, comfortable in your skin and feeling good about like where you are in life, and your physical fitness, really your physical health, not fitness. That plays a huge part in it.
Yeah.
Like even just adding steps, we always preach that adding steps to each day can be enough to make a massive difference.
Oh yeah,
super underrated.
Like when I had COVID recently, I didn't work out during those 5 days because I felt awful.
Same.
Like I couldn't do anything. I was just like, I'm just gonna be here, I guess. But
I am going to exist and survive.
Yeah,
That's all you can do.
Yeah, I didn't realize how much of an impact like working out and just like I guess exercising in general had on me, and like with my mental health, because like I was in a downward spiral. I had like a mental breakdown. It was a lot going on, and it was being in one room for that long with like with work and sleeping in the same place. That's too much.
Yeah.
So, but
I feel that.
It, like that just shows how much of an impact that has on like your mental health, and how much like it can help you throughout your daily life, which is really nice.
Yeah,
it really
it's
does.
A huge impact.
Yeah, having that in my day every day has helped me considerably.
Do you guys have a home gym, or do you go to a gym?
Yeah, I just have a big old pile of dumbbells and some yoga mats and a weight bench.
Gotcha. Yeah, I found, because like when I was like in 2018, like I literally from January 1, like we did the whole New Year's resolution like sign up, but we stuck with it the entire year, and we stopped when I started streaming, because the time that I was gonna be at the gym, now I was streaming, so we just stopped doing it. So like I was really proud of what we did that year, because me and both Turtle and I were like, yes, we are upset, but this is the thing that we have control of, and it makes us feel better about ourselves, so we're gonna go and do this. And we were in there every day, and I think both having somebody to like keep me honest and going to the gym every day, like Monday to Friday, we were there every day, and then sometimes even Saturday morning, like it was a lot. But having somebody else to keep me honest, and then also paying for the membership, like made me want to go there. It's like, well, I'm paying for this thing, like I better go.
Yeah. It's like paying for 14, you gotta play it.
Oh yeah. Well,
I've been paying for 14 for 4 months and still haven't been playing
it. I'm just getting back into it. But yeah.
But when COVID started, like I canceled the gym membership, like everyone did, because they shut down, and like I was like, well, I'm not using it anymore. I'm not gonna use it anymore. So let me buy a bench for home, because I'm working from home and I'm here all the time. Having this thing at home does not motivate me to use it, like at all.
Yeah,
it just does nothing for me. Yeah.
It's like another seat.
It's just really strange. Like I thought that like my free time, like I thought like I could motivate myself to do that, but it's like now my free time, like I'm literally fixated on just doing other things, because I'm in my home, I'm in my space that I'm comfortable in. Like I don't have like a room that's just the weight room, or like this is the workout room. Like if I'm in here, I know what I'm doing, kind of idea.
Well, YouTube can go a long way. Like just having a trainer on YouTube. That's what Sasha uses.
Oh,
yeah,
really?
so it's like I don't have the motivation necessarily to do the workout in the morning, but if I just like throw my mat on the floor and start a video and just like sort of do that without thinking, then once it's playing, like, well, I'm here now, and I just kind of do it.
Yeah.
And I don't even have to think about it, like come up with exercises to do. I'm just
follow along.
Yep, whatever they're doing, I just do it. It's completely mindless. I don't even have to be a person yet. I can have just woken up, and that has made a huge difference. Makes it way easier.
Yeah.
I think for right now,
it's time to build some fitness lore.
Yeah, it's not the like most optimal way to do it, like if you're trying to win a bodybuilding competition or whatever, but like for me, I just want to do it every day. Just it makes me feel better. I'm not going to compete or whatever, so it does fine.
Oh yeah.
Have you ever thought about that?
Competing?
I used to.
In bodybuilding? Oh, you do?
So I've never competed, but I had a lot of people asking me like if I ever would. So I looked into it and then decided like this seems actually like a really terrible idea, because
it's a lot.
Even in like the natural competitions, usually people are like cycling off of stuff so they can still pass a drug test or whatever, and they're on diuretics and getting down to like unhealthy levels of body fat. And I've already done enough damage to my metabolism, like back when I was trying to get like stick figure skinny, which is just not even possible for my body type. But I was trying to, and like I already have enough issues with food, so I don't really see why I need to do that anyway. It's so if you're not super passionate about bodybuilding, don't get into it. It's not a good idea.
You have to have a passion because it becomes your lifestyle. It is everything if you're bodybuilding.
And it's not good for you. So if you're okay with like shortening your life to win this competition, then it's probably for you. But if not, then absolutely do not do it. That's not like the pinnacle of weightlifting or whatever. You can like just weightlift to weightlift. You don't need to compete.
It's crazy what's involved with that, because there was a TikToker I was following. It's like Iron Sanctuary, I think his name is. I'm not
familiar.
Huh?
I'm not familiar. What was the name again? I'm sorry.
Iron Sanctuary, I think that's his name.
Okay, I'll have to remember that. Sorry, go ahead.
He finally like got himself to like get into weightlifting and really get involved in it, and to see his progress from like beginning to end to when he went to these competitions was insane. It was like the transformation he had was absolutely incredible, but like what he had to do kind of prior to the competition was like I imagine is a lot of it's like you don't drink water for like a few days beforehand because it shows your muscles more. That movie actors do this too.
They do.
The Witcher show.
He had to do that.
It was for a bathing scene.
And Wolverine too.
They literally like dehydrate themselves to make their muscles like appear more, and it's which is I feel like it's pretty terrible for the public to be able to see that, because it's like
it's completely unrealistic.
Exactly, it makes it extremely unrealistic. It's a completely unhealthy view on like muscle, and it's unattainable. It's unattainable. Holy shit.
Yeah, exactly. Anybody that looks like that is not having a good time like that, and they can't keep that up or they will die. Like it's not a good thing to sell to people.
And there are some really good examples of like natty bodybuilding done right. A friend of ours on Twitter, like their name is Rage Gaming Props. They do cosplay and bodybuilding. He's a cosplay prop maker.
Wow.
He
cosplays competition.
And he does competition. He just finished. He actually just got first in a major competition, and he's completely natty, and he does it right. I think. Rage is amazing. His physique, and he does it because he wants to look like anime characters.
Right.
And he wants his physique to be as perfect. He wants to see exactly how far he can push himself. So it can be done right, but there's a lot of information that you really have to research and get right, and you need to consult with like physicians. You need to consult with other bodybuilders, and you need to know what you're getting into. Otherwise, I would say anyone interested in following like a good healthy type of like bodybuilding or any kind of like showing off your physique or power is powerlifting. Powerlifting community is amazing, and
they're super supportive.
They're healthy. They're incredibly motivating and positive. So that's where I would push anyone if anyone's trying to get into like a good fitness community, that CrossFit, that kind of stuff.
If you want to compete in something, that is a much better way to do it. Because even Rage Gear, who's doing it like in a fairly healthy way, he's still dieting down to low, probably unsustainable levels of body fat, unless his genetics are just ridiculous. So unless you have a passion for it, don't have to do it if you're into weightlifting.
Definitely not something I want to get into.
Bodybuilders will actually they love to talk to people about it. So if anyone's considering that kind of thing, check with the bodybuilder, and a lot of them have like Twitter, social media accounts where they actually fully document like their cut processes, everything they go through, and that way you can get more informed. For you.
Yeah, and they have great advice as far as like building muscle and diet and all those things, but you just don't have to do it to that extreme, but you can still get great advice from them.
Yeah, there's definitely something I want to look into. There was one like program that I was looking into it with my girlfriend, because she's looking into losing weight. I'm looking into like I want to get more muscle personally. Like I would love to like really try and look good. And it was really cool because yesterday I was so excited because I saw like a tiny bit of progress. It was very tiny, but to me it was just like I could see something is there. So
that's exciting.
Yeah, it takes a long time to build muscle, so any little bit is super impressive.
Well, not to take away from your motivation though, Skoy, but I just want to say you look fantastic.
Yeah, you don't have to have muscle to look good.
Thank you.
You look good already.
No, but like you said earlier, Roy, that it helps with your own self, perception and with your own confidence, right? Like doing that, and like where your motivation lies, like you wanting to look good, like that's like personal perception, right?
Exactly.
So it's good to push that way. But yeah, absolutely, Skoy's a cutie.
No, stop.
Oh, did you hear the words there? Oh, we were creating new words like that. Like Sasha and I are definitely on opposite ends of the fitness spectrum. Like I used to train to be like, I came from a military family, and I PT physical training was my life up until I was like 20. Like I couldn't escape it.
Yeah.
And I had a lot of bad jobs after that, and I took on a lot of injuries. So I can't be as fit as I would like to be. So whereas like Sasha's generally like, she can easily represent the higher states of fitness. I come from more the like everyday, you might not be able to pursue what you want to pursue.
Gotcha.
Like, just even if you can't do it, even if you can't go to being a bodybuilder, powerlifter, whatever, just add some steps, do a little extra cardio, throw some weights next to you. Just do what you can.
Yeah, do what you can.
Movement is movement. Whatever you do to just move your body and help you.
Do you also live vicariously through her as well?
Oh, for sure. Like I when I'm taking pictures of her, watching her work out, I'm just like, that motivates me. And it's like,
oh, absolutely.
I can't do much, but dang, those muscles are nice. So, yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. I think just having somebody else there is like the best motivator. Like doing it with somebody else really helps you.
I need that.
Yeah, definitely.
I really need
that. Workout buddies?
Yeah, I would be down. I mean, I'm kind of like doing it with my girlfriend. We let each other know if we worked out for the day, but just having someone there with you does a huge difference. Yeah, he can keep you honest, keeping you motivated and to keep going. But yeah, what I was trying to get to before was that we were looking into this program called V-Shred. Have you heard of V-Shred?
Yeah, I've heard of V-Shred. Yeah.
Is it good things or bad things?
Not so great. So like basically they just use this like pretty guy to sell a bunch of stuff. He doesn't have a very good reputation among a lot of the like fitness influencers that I follow. I'm not terribly familiar with him myself. I haven't looked into like the stuff that he does. I just hear from other influencers like things that they don't like about him, but I am sort of reserving judgment myself because I haven't actually looked into it.
Yeah.
But all I know is I've not necessarily heard very good things about V-Shred.
Oh, gotcha. Well, I mean, we looked into it. They in the beginning they have like a kind of like a quiz to kind of explain your body type and what you are, and then he kind of like has his story and he describes it, and then he describes the process of like how to get involved in it, how to get into it, and then he has this whole program that we signed up for the program for her. I'm like considering it for myself too, maybe, but it seems to be working pretty well for her so far because they have like a whole list of like foods and that you could eat and just workout routines that she could do at her home. So I don't know if there's anything else you'd rather recommend. We're totally down for that, but like it seems to be working okay so far. We don't know.
Yeah, and like weightlifting and diet is honestly simple. It's just not easy. So it's not that hard to like create a program that's going to work and get results. So I think that's fine if it's working for y'all.
Okay.
I think it's mainly that he's like charging money for something that's maybe you could
accessible.
Free. Yeah. I don't know that his information is necessarily the problem, just like how much money he's making on it, I guess. But it's really not that complicated. If they're teaching you good stuff and you're getting results from it, I don't really see any problem with it.
Oh, okay.
I usually use like YouTube videos. I started with Sydney Cummings on YouTube, and now I'm using Caroline Gervan. Her workouts are a little bit more difficult, but they're really great and free.
Nice.
If you're looking for any videos like that.
Yeah, it's definitely something I want to look into, because for me myself, I have a very high metabolism, so like things just kind of go through me and not really like stay.
Oh, you got that ferret metabolism.
Yeah.
I get a lot of people asking me for advice on that, and I have like slow as molasses metabolism. I have been like, no matter how hard I diet, I've been 130 pounds like my entire life. I can never get lower than that. I can certainly gain if I wanted to, but yeah, I have no advice for somebody who like has trouble in gaining weight.
Wait, you're not 6'9" and 190 pounds?
No.
Mommy Emmons destroyed.
Yeah, I don't know where people think, like they think I'm like 6 feet tall and 200 pounds. Like, no.
Yeah,
I'm 5 feet tall.
Yeah. I wasn't looking for advice like that. I was just I wasn't looking for advice for that particular. I was just saying that it's just like it's very different. I don't know if it's like more difficult or if it's like easier depending on what you're doing. But
yeah, I know it's probably pretty frustrating. I'm sure both ends of the spectrum have their own problems.
And I mean, in the beginning, it's really, like Sash said, it's really whatever gets you rolling. Like so even if you did pay for a plan, I mean, at least the fact that you have committed an investment to it, it kind of gets your discipline going a little bit.
Right.
It's just like if you go to school or a gym or like something like this, like I've paid for this, I need to follow up on it. So for some people that works. It works for me a lot of the time.
Yeah, same. If I'm paying for a gym, I'm definitely gonna go.
Yeah, and that's like the other thing too, is like it depends on what you get out of it, right? Because I would say this, like Sasha, because you're saying like from other bodybuilding influencers, they didn't like this tool, but those are people that already have all of the tools and the resources and the answers that they knew how to go and get. If I look up like what's a good diet to do for weightlifting, I'm gonna get 4 billion results online. I'm going to get so much information. A lot of it's going to be contradictory. Just having one thing that at least appears to be, you know, tried and proven, or at least has some other peer review from people like you, non bodybuilders or people looking to getting into something like that, it probably it comes down to what works for you is what I'm trying to get at, right?
Exactly.
You know, like what works for this individual, because just like learning styles, right? Like some people are really good at learning just like from hearing something. Some people have to do it 100 times before they get it. You know, everyone learns differently. Everyone exercises differently.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah, and there's a ton of different ways to do it, and they all work. And same with diets. Like, if you, I would not recommend any particular diet. I think you should just try a bunch of different ones, and whatever one has flavors that you like and can stick to. It's just whatever you could do for the rest of your life or whatever.
Just chicken and rice.
Probably not that one.
Man. That's the thing with dieting, is like you have to think of it long range. Like Sash said, it's like so many people are like, well, what's going to get me to this weight before June? And then what's your plan after June? No, look for things that'll work for you, like Sash said, for the rest of your life.
Yeah, if you wouldn't be okay doing it for the rest of your life, then it's not going to be sustainable. So as soon as you stop doing it, you're going to gain your weight back or whatever.
That definitely happened. That definitely happened to me too, because like when I was in the gym every single day, I was eating the same thing every single day, and it was grilled chicken, a green vegetable, and a grain of some sort.
And Chipotle.
Every single day. It wasn't Chipotle. No, I actually had time. I actually had time to cook. Oh my gosh, that is just straight up Chipotle though. But
you're making Chipotle now.
Just gotta watch out for them tortillas.
Yeah. Well, because like that was one of the things that like I read early on about, like, because I didn't want to like do a diet. I find that way too stressful. Like, buy these things, eat this amount of calories. I can't do that. That's too much for me. So I found some really simple rules. And one of the biggest rules, which I still kind of hold to today, don't use sauces.
Oh yeah.
Sauces are they get you because they're full of sugar. They're full of calories. Like, you can just cut out a sauce and just make grilled chicken, a vegetable, and a grain, and do that. and just don't do barbecue sauce, don't do that like sweet chili, sriracha sauce, like don't cover it in something, and you're infinitely better for that.
Yeah, and really small changes like that can go a long way, especially
it did for me. Yeah, because I wasn't cutting weight, but I was like cutting down on like the circumference of my stomach. I noticed a difference. Like I was thinner, but you know, I wasn't like losing weight, and that wasn't the goal either.
Yeah, you just wanted to like
tone
be fit.
a little bit, and that was it. Yeah. Now I've gotten that entire, what do they say? The COVID-19. Mine's like a COVID-24. It's all back.
Oh no. Yeah, with No. Oh, I lost my train of thought. Well, that's great. That's the podcast. Thank you guys.
Good job.
That face score. It's like you were watching your train of thought fly right off the rails.
It really
there goes by.
It left the station without him. I had a question for you. Wait, did you remember?
I remembered it. So
okay, go quick before you forget.
So with work right now, there's like especially recently, there's been a lot of celebrations and stuff. So there's been a lot of cake at work, and I've been eating that almost every day because like grabbing a slice and eating it. But then I was just like my girlfriend, she works at a cafe, so there's like a lot of sweets and stuff there. So we're just like both like, okay, one day a week we have like a little bit of a cheat day, but that's it, because we need to like live it ourselves. Otherwise we're both just gonna go crazy.
Yeah, but you gotta live sometimes.
Oh yeah. No, would
you can't go all stick. You need some carrot.
Right.
Oh my gosh. I need cake every now. I need some form of sweets every now and then. I just can't like do without it, because I just love sweets.
Same, yeah.
We do cheat days too.
What's your guilty pleasure food? Like the thing that you eat that you absolutely love, but you know was like a complete mistake.
Yeah.
Probably pumpkin spice donuts or mochi donuts. Do you have
half a dozen mochi donuts?
Or like a whole pizza. Yeah, I'll eat about half a dozen.
I'm real simple. It's probably sandwiches. I love friggin' sandwiches.
Oh yeah, bread will get you.
Yeah, we use low calorie bread, but if we're doing, because we do have a cheat day, when it's on cheat day, I will go all out. I'll get that foot long sub that's every stop on the subway, like packed with meat. Oh, stuffy.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
That's my problem, because we have a grocery store in Florida called Publix, and Publix has a deli.
I miss Publix.
And the Publix deli does foot-long sub sandwiches.
Oh wow.
And not a single part of this thing is healthy. Like their healthy sandwich is still like 12,000 calories or something. It's awful. It's a foot-long gigantic submarine sandwich, like, and I eat there all the time, and I know that's what gets me. Like bread is what gets me, but I love bread. God, I love bread.
Oh man, so good. Bread is definitely my vice.
Yeah. There's
Panera bread bowl.
Yeah.
Oh, paninis.
Panini.
Bread is wonderful.
God, I love bread.
Oh man.
So I had a question.
Go for it.
Have you ever, and this is gonna bring us into gaming talk now. We're doing it. It's called a segue.
Whoa.
Take notes, Score.
What? Excuse me.
Have you ever played Ring Fit?
Yes, I've played the absolute crap out of Ring Fit. I think
Let's go.
Beat it. I don't know. I can't remember if I actually beat it or if there is any such thing as beating it.
Yeah, right.
I can't remember for sure, but I definitely played like 8 or 9 worlds worth.
Let's go.
Would you recommend
it?
I
bought a Ring Fit like 6 months ago and haven't touched it.
Ring Fit streams, Jal. Speed run it.
I know, right? So there is a speed run for Ring Fit. There's two categories. There's the speed run, which they use unintended methods to do it as fast as possible, which is like not actually wearing it and just shaking Joy-Cons and doing stuff like that. And then there's intended method where you have to use the flex ring and the leg strap, and that run takes hours to do, and it is there's a Japanese runner that did it, and I think it's the world record right now. But like the amount of just exercise that you have to do for this entire thing. Let me look it up really quick.
Like how long?
No, because especially from what I've heard, like Ring Fit is a workout.
It is, yeah. It'll put you on the ground. Like, it doesn't joke around. I used to say, like, people would ask me, what did you do to get muscular? And I tell them Ring Fit as a joke. But, like, partially I was not kidding. Because when I was working out with my mom at the hospital, it was 5 days a week, and I just wanted something that I could do on weekends or on days where the workout was not that hard.
Yeah.
And so I threw Ring Fit in there, and I thought it was going to be a joke, and I've got a ridiculous, like, it's hard.
It's difficult.
Yeah, like sometimes a better workout than I would get at the gym.
Oh man,
like,
really?
It could be because like I tend to have like short twitch muscles, so it like fatigues quickly but is strong for a very short period of time. So like doing endurance stuff that's like low resistance 30 times is not very easy for me.
Yeah.
Whereas it might not be that bad on somebody who tends to have like endurance runner kind of muscle build, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My goodness.
11 hours.
No, I'm good.
For the whole game?
In one thing?
That's any percent, any intensity is the category.
That
took them 11 hours. A 30-minute break added to a break pool after the 6-hour mark, another 30-minute break after the 12-hour mark. So and then at the 16-hour mark, an 8-hour break is permitted.
That is super impressive.
Is that counted
that
in
is
the time
crazy
break?
impressive.
No,
so
impressive.
you're allowed to pause. You're allowed to pause the timer then.
Okay.
This is actually similar to how they do like Breath of the Wild 100%, because that used to be a 20-hour category and it's now down to 10.
Oh wow.
Because they used to allow after 6 hours you could have an 8-hour break. But yeah, that's actually wild. Oh yeah, you have to have a body camera for the restricted category.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, and like it like they have like very strict rules about how to do restricted, like you have to do like running calibrations, like you have to do, because you have to do intended things, like how the game was intended to play. The unrestricted category, you just take everything off and just leave everything. but what's really funny is that the unrestricted category is 10 hours and 43 minutes versus the restricted, which is 10 hours and 57, so it's not much faster.
That is really interesting.
Yeah.
Dang.
Oh, thanks.
But that's I love stuff like this.
That's really impressive though, to go that long with physical movement.
Oh
That's
my God.
that's hard.
Yeah, I don't know if I could do that.
Like,
I
even
mean,
if
I'd
you
try, but
imagine like just 11-hour walk where all you're doing is simply walking.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
11 hours of like activity.
Yeah.
But and you only get a 30-minute break once in that 11 hours. Once.
No.
You don't want to do that?
Don't do that.
It sounds like
everyone.
That
no.
sounds kind of
Speed.
Man.
No. My goodness.
That's always one of the things though that we take into consideration when we make like speedrun categories. I didn't intend for this to get to speedrunning talk. However,
no, that's totally fine.
We're gonna get back into anime soon.
well within brand.
Yeah, I'm super.
we taken this kind of stuff into consideration because like especially with Monster Hunter, like those categories are so long. Like when Iceborne came out, we theorized that it was gonna be a 20-hour category, like optimized. Turns out it's 10, actually 8 now.
There you go.
Fast. And but when we were making the rules, we were like thinking like we need to include breaks, and of course like not enough people did it, so we didn't do that. But like we think about the health of the player, right?
Yeah.
Like how can we do this in as healthy a way as possible so people can still do it and also not cause detriments to themselves?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you want to get people interested in it, but you don't want anyone hurting themselves over it. Cause
Right.
Yeah. And like especially take into consideration. Oh yeah, never. Especially take into consideration, like me, my first Iceborne speed run I did without a single break, and it was 14 hours. 14, 12, somewhere around there. I live by myself. So I didn't have anyone that could like bring me over water, bring me over food during a cutscene. Like I had to go and like do that myself. And that was before we had cutscene skip. So like I had built-in breaks. So I was like, okay, this cutscene's a minute and a half long. Let me jump up and use the bathroom really quick. Let me go grab a snack.
Oh my gosh.
Now we can skip those cutscenes entirely. And they're timed out of the run. So like there's no time for breaks anymore. It gets go. So I remember the first time that I did it, it was on my birthday in 2019, and my friend actually came over and like brought me food. She like went and picked us up food and also brought me a cake.
Oh, that's great of him. Good to have good friends.
Yeah, no, so like, she kept me alive that day because I would have died because that was a 16-hour long stream. That was awful.
Oh man.
Yeah, I've done 24 hours, so they're not fun.
Never again.
It's people ask me, it's just like, yeah, some people ask me, it's like, how do you have this much energy? It's like, no, this is me on my low point. I'm on my like 27th wind right now. It's just, don't worry.
Yeah, we don't have nearly that kind of stream stamina, at least not yet.
I would not recommend it. I don't have that anymore. Like, I don't have that stamina. Like I would absolutely recommend if you were to do like a stream for that long, take a nap, break in between or something. Or since you guys
have to
are together, like you guys can alternate between who's playing or something. It's
true.
It's a lot. It's not good.
Yeah, as it is, I'm like wiped after like 3 hours, but I'm like incredibly introverted.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's more of a social energy than physical energy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm crazy introverted as well. Like this whole thing right here is just like, it doesn't take that much energy out of me, but then after the podcast or after streams or something, my energy is just gone.
Like don't want to talk to anybody.
Yeah, so that's why we have our streams set right before we go to bed, because it's like after we're done, it's bedtime, because we're
just reset. Yeah. It was actually really funny because like last week, Skoy, when we finished Pokemon, like that was probably like the lowest energy I've ever heard you, because like we finished stream, like we raided, I'm pretty sure we actually didn't we raid you guys, or didn't you raid them, Skoy? Maybe. I can't remember who you raided last week.
It could have been that day. You guys did raid us last. I think it was Tuesday, if I remember correctly.
Something.
We stream on Tuesdays, Sundays, and Fridays.
Right. Oh, you guys. Oh, okay. So probably
Tuesday.
Not.
So probably not. Yeah,
it was someone else.
Monday stream.
Yeah, no, I
can't remember.
That's a full day of work.
You raided, and then like, because we sat in like the voice call for like 5 or 10 minutes afterwards, but like, you raided and you just like didn't say a thing. I was like, "You good?" And you're like, "I'm going to bed."
That's nothing against you at all. I always feel bad.
No, and I know that too, because like your work, right? Like you're actually like physically doing work, like you are doing physical labor, like when you go to work. Like for me, most of the time I'm in an office. Like my job now, it used to be 40-60 field and office. Now it's like 80-20, office and field. Like I'm hardly out in the field anymore, which is great. So like I have a lot more energy to stream now, but it was just like so funny. It was like 10 o'clock and you're just like, I'm done. That's it.
That's what I go to bed too.
Sometimes it be that way.
Yeah. But it's just crazy because it's like, that's why I barely stream during the week now compared to like what I used to do. Because what I used to do was I used to work part-time. That's like a huge thing as part of it as well. I used to work part-time at a printing company. So I would just sit down, press the print button, organize things so then it like prints perfectly on the product. That's it. I don't move around or do something. So it's like, and then I just get home and have all the energy in the world to stream and stuff. So I kind of missed that. So probably when I move to Canada and I get that a new job, I'll look for something like that where it doesn't take that much energy out of me, so I can do content.
Yeah, there's so many more office jobs and remote work available now too. So it shouldn't be too hard to find something.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah.
Got to get you a nice cushy office job so you can be, your normal spastic self again.
Oh man, but yeah, it takes a lot out of you for jobs that involve like a lot of physical labor, and then you try to like be entertaining afterwards. It's a lot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, when we first started streaming back in 2016, 2017, I was still doing lineman work, so I was climbing telephone poles with gaps and stuff all day and climbing under houses. And I come home and it's like, let's stream, and I'm like, let's try. We're gonna see.
I've had nights like that too, because what I do for work now, I'm an environmental scientist, and so some days I'm out in the field like collecting samples. And our job isn't like labor intensive. It's just outside for 8 hours. So the Florida sun literally just drains
Sucks
all
your
the
energy.
life out of you. Yeah.
Don't miss that.
And I would get home from work some days and like sit down and start stream, and then an hour and be like, I can't do it, guys, and then end stream. It used to be like that bad. Though I'm pretty sure the last time that happened, I also got sun poisoning. That's just a whole other thing.
Oh, dang.
But
That's
yeah. Yeah, too much vitamin D is bad for you. You get sick, like flu symptoms sick, like your entire immune system. I had to go to the doctor for it because I'm already immunodeficient. And so when the last time I got it was actually really bad. You're about to see into the beautiful life of me. The last time I got sun poisoning, because this actually happens often, I had to go to the doctor because I was having at the exact same time an asthma attack, and I thought I was having COVID because it made me immunocompromised. And so I was like, am I okay? And he's like, take this. It was like a prednisone pack. He's like, take this. Don't go outside for like the next 5 days. And we'll test you for COVID. And I was like, am I gonna live? Yeah, no, I felt
I'm gonna
like
wait
shit.
and see.
Yeah, no, it was one of those moments. It was a wait and see thing because like for like me, like an asthma attack is like a really bad cough. Like I've actually had it's like just like a bad cough since I got COVID for the first time a year ago, and so like when that stuff happens, I'm just like, am I gonna be okay?
I feel you.
Yeah, so I'm getting the hell out of I'm looking outside and it looks awful out there because it's just bright white and looks like it wants to murder me.
Yeah, we're in Texas.
But I've definitely been there.
Oh, you guys are in Texas.
Yeah, you know it.
Oh, so you guys know. Oh man.
Yeah, you know it. Man, doing line work in Texas, no thank you. Because like I do a lot of the stuff that I used to do was also utility contracting, but instead of putting the lines up in the air, we put them underground.
Oh yeah, that's what I was trying to get to. I was trying to get to where we could, because I was working for the telephone company, so I was trying to get to where we just installed fiber in the ground and then connected. I wanted to be a splicer, so I just parked a trailer over a port on the side of the street, pull the wires up, and I'm just in there listening to music, splicing. I ain't got to deal with anyone. But yeah, unfortunately, on my way up, I had a really bad bout of I had heat stroke and fell off my ladder and
shit,
got injured. Yep, since then I've been pretty much remote work, tech support, so it's like, well, so much for that. But it gives me time to chase after like the social media and side stuff. So.
Silver linings. You make the best of the situation you have.
And door shuts, always find the one that opened. Never worry about the one. Don't keep staring at the old one.
Right.
Yeah. No, that's like that's like a good thing, right? Because like you had that one goal and then something happens and you're like, okay, let's redesign and redevelop what we're interested in and what we can drive forward and towards.
That's the best mentality.
And honestly,
you can have.
this is probably the healthier thing for you too, right? Getting out of the Texas sun and off of a 20-foot pole.
Yeah. Sometimes I miss my t-shirt tan, but that's
Oh dude, I've been rocking one since birth.
I still
you wore
have
a t-shirt
the
at
lines.
birth?
Like, it's been a couple years, but I still have some of the lines. Like it will not let go.
Yeah, a little bit. Oh,
doesn't go away.
That's
I got
so
like a
funny.
permanent tank top tan. But
Oh man.
Yeah.
Wait,
I used to do like a desk job, but I work outside now, and I love it because I work with animals. But it's also kind of dangerous and destroying my back. So I'm trying to hopefully retire from that. And I'm just like slowly backing off the work because the social media makes more. But
yeah, there you go.
I had no idea sun poisoning was a thing, though. I need to look up symptoms for that because some days when I overbook, I come home and I'm like absolutely destroyed. And it doesn't even make sense. But I just figured it was just the heat.
Vitamin D, it'll get you.
It is technically the heat, so but yeah,
I mean that'll do it too, right? Like if you get like heat exhaust and stuff like that, because like I've been field safety certified for years, and like I have to know, because I'm a project manager out in the field most of the time, I have to know like those symptoms, stuff like that. This is not a fun conversation for anybody.
Sorry, but it's going back to kind of like go on.
No, all I was gonna say is just, I mean, especially when you're like working outside, like you really have to be safe, pay attention, right?
Oh yeah.
You don't mess around with that stuff.
I
Yeah,
used
especially if you're
to.
immunocompromised, because I am as well. So I have
Oh,
to keep an eye
jeez.
out for all those things too.
Yeah. I used to, when I was very little, when I was in Florida, I grew up there, and I used to play outside. I used to wear this Naruto Akatsuki cloak.
Oh no.
God.
Yeah,
Back when you were a Florida boy, before you became a Florida man.
exactly. I used to wear that thing, and that thing it's padded. It's like it's sturdy. It's like a good cloak. It fits me now, which is crazy. But it's crazy, and it's so hot. I was drenched in
I've seen
sweat.
cosplayers of those things.
Yeah. What'd you say? Sorry.
Oh, I've seen cosplayers in those things. They look incredibly hot. I would never.
Really hot. There's some where it's just like they look they're more comfortable because it looks more thin. But like it doesn't look like the real deal. You want like the heavy duty kind of the feel that you see in the anime. That's
Exactly. I'm gonna be anime. I'm gonna be anime, and also it's gonna be 110 inside of this jacket, and I'm gonna die of heat stroke.
pretty much.
This is how you find the good folks. You find out what their opinion is on what is a good cloak to you, and how are you willing to go through to wear it.
Exactly.
The Akatsuki cloak is always the best cloak. But speaking of anime,
No, he did it.
I did it.
No.
I've done it. What are you guys watching currently?
Overlord. We're working on Ippo. Not that that's current.
Yeah, Hajime no Ippo.
What else are we watching? We're watching She-Hulk. That ain't anime.
Anime.
It depends on who you ask, because it could be anime depending on who you're asking.
What's the good one? It's really well animated. With the guy with the like deer skull thing going on.
Oh, the girl on the other girl on the other side, or girl from the other side.
Yeah, something like that. That one's really good.
It's really similar to Magus, Ancient Magus Bride, but it's very
a little bit darker.
It's quite a bit darker. The animation style is really different. It's very sketchbook style and dark. It's quite a bit different than what else is out there. It's actually by Wit Studio.
Oh, really? Wit has done some amazing
like...
stuff. Wit has animated Jal for you, and they have animated seasons 1 through 3 of Attack on Titan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They also did a Ranking of Kings.
Yes.
God, that was
so many good things.
Such a good. I love Ranking of Kings so much.
They're doing Uncle from Another Uncle from Another World.
And that was really good too.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Uncle from Another World is like the most relatable friggin' anime ever. If you were into like Sega Genesis or like older Sega, it's made by Sega, so they constantly refer to like Sega Genesis, old Sega games. Like if you grew up with like Sega stuff, you're a Sega fan. Like Uncle from Another World is amazing.
Do you want to explain that to Jal? Because that's like the one where it's like it's after they were in another world and they were brought back or something. Yeah,
because the isekai genre is so like oversaturated now, so they're thinking up really fun ways to reapproach it. And what they did is this dude, he got hit by Truck-kun in like 2000 I think. Yeah, 2000. So Truck-kun got him in 2000, and he ends up in a coma and he's in the hospital. And he comes back in 2017, and he's been in the isekai, he's been in the other world, overpowered and all that, and living his worst life over there. He comes back out of a coma after he's done with everything there and back into the real world. His whole family's like disowned him because the cost of his medical expenses like ruined the family, and like his nephew is the only one left. He has his magical abilities still. He can use all these crazy powers. Yeah, he can fly. He has magical spells, and he has the ability to project his memories onto like a virtual screen, so he can show everyone around him like they can watch his memories pretty much. And he's like so deadpan and completely normal about everything. But his first question, just to give you a hint on like where the show goes, his first question when he comes back from coma, he's like, "Who won the console wars, Nintendo or Sega?"
I forgot.
And he's like, what is Sega's current system? What's their newest game? And then his nephew's like, they haven't made consoles in years, and he's just like devastated. So it goes off from there. He actually has all this magic power. He starts his own YouTube channel where he uses his magic. He becomes a content creator, and he legit uses his magic to like farm views and stuff. And he orders like old consoles, like old Sega stuff. Like they have him playing like Altered Beast and Guardian Heroes and all this old stuff. He talks about his speed runs. He actually had the speed run record for Alien Hunter. And then, like, his nephew's like, you beat it in how long? Oh, I beat it in 29 minutes. Oh, he Googles it real quick. He's like, oh, the current record on that game is 12 minutes. And again, he's just, like, devastated. If you're a gamer, a content creator, anything, you need to watch Uncle from Another World.
Sounds great.
And it's on Netflix, right?
So good. Yeah, it's on Netflix, and it's done by the studio Wit that they use like for their expressions, all the Attack on Titan expressions, like the really heavy expressions, like everything when it's serious, it's like super serious, and they switch between that and the comedy so well. It's a great show.
Okay,
adding it to my list.
I definitely need to watch that. Jal, we need to watch that and just like talk to each other and how fucking weird it is, because I would be down for that. Oh my god!
I think it may be on a hiatus right now, but it's ongoing.
Yeah, they've got 6 episodes out now. So
new episode coming Wednesday.
Oh, there you go.
Hey, okay, awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, I think they missed like a week or something, but I guess they're good now.
Yeah. Wow, that's so fucking funny. Like a relatable anime like that really plays as a comedy, I feel like is just fantastic.
Yeah. There's another one. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, Skoj, I told you I started rewatching Naruto, right?
Have you? Do you actually started rewatching it?
Yeah.
Thoughts? Opinions?
Well, I mean, it's all of this is the show that I remember. So, but I'm doing this with the intent to actually finish it this time.
Do you want me to give you a filler list so you can skip episodes that you need to?
No, I want to complain about having to watch all the filler.
No, please. Let me give you.
I watch the fillers. I don't recommend.
Let me give you this list.
God awful. A couple of them are funny.
There's some recap episodes I always skip.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. There are some episodes that do help the story, where it's just like they talk about a character that has been covered in the manga, but there's a ton that is just really bad. So please let me give you this list.
There's some that are complete
I want to be able to complain. I want to be able to be like, oh, I watched all of the filler and it was bad, and 80% of the show is filler and it was bad. And 10% of it was good.
That are filler that are like food related, that are just goofy, but they were mildly entertaining, or like the Kakashi Mask ones are pretty good.
Yeah,
my favorite is that. Oh my gosh,
that's pretty good. Wait, you would call the Kakashi Mask episode filler? That's lore. We needed that.
Yeah, I was like a huge Naruto when I got back in anime in like high school. I know like all their flipping names.
Oh my gosh, so you grew up in Naruto as well?
I was watching it in like high school. I don't think it was new at the time. It was it had come out a while back, but that's when I watched it. And so I remember ridiculous amounts about it, and I shouldn't. It's taking up valuable hard drive space.
Yeah, we always joke about how much hard drive space the names of Naruto takes up, because she can't she won't remember like names and stuff we're currently playing or watching, but she'll remember like every friggin' name from Naruto and their moves and the moves.
Oh yeah, flipping moves.
This might be incredibly rude to ask, so don't, like, you can just be like, no, but how old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
Me, I'm 29.
Oh, you're 29? Gotcha.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, we're the same age.
Yeah.
Probably older than I look.
Well, I mean, like, for me, like, I started like getting into the whole thing back in like 3rd grade. I'm 24, so
baby.
I'm 24.
Small.
I keep thinking I'm still 22.
I thought you were like 20. I thought you were like 21, 22. Going.
Okay, I heard.
See, this is the thing. Is Skoj's gonna be young forever because we keep giving him crap about it. Okay, he's just gonna be young forever just to spite us. He's gonna always look like young 20s.
I should start
shaving. We're gonna be in the
shaving.
Content creator like senior center like 50 years from now, and we're all gonna be looking at Skoj. He looks exactly the same.
Yeah, the same.
Or we're gonna be like late 50s. I still look like I'm 22.
Yeah. Blessed.
The opposite of a problem.
Blessed. Oh gosh, just look at him. He's perfect in every way. He's always gonna look this way.
Oh man, what I was trying to get to
Young
was
and shiny.
that I got into it like back in like 3rd grade. So what age did you say you got into it then?
I was probably, I think I was 13 or 14 because the year that I was like watching through a ton of it, I had Naruto pictures all over the inside
So that
of my
was
locker.
the same time I got into
Same
it.
age. Yeah, that was the same year, the same time. Because yeah, Naruto had this like huge resurgence when Shippuden started up.
Oh,
and
that
at the
too.
time that Shippuden started, and everyone was
right
like,
before that.
"Let's go!" Like Naruto Shippuden, like we're doing
Shippuden
it.
was probably one of the best points of Naruto. Like the pain arc, I feel like was the absolute peak.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
I watched that.
there was
That was so good.
oh my gosh, it was fantastic. I don't want to say too much because I want you to experience it, Jal.
So
I
this
really
is the
do.
thing, is that I've seen the majority of it. I just don't remember a lot of it, and I didn't watch the last, I want to say 2 or 3 seasons.
Mm-hmm.
But I did watch all of the pain arc. I watched all of that.
Yeah.
I do remember that.
Fantastic storytelling and everything.
Yeah.
And I think that actually the Arthur, you can actually kind of tell too, the Arthur meant for the story to end at the pain arc. Like
That would have been
yeah.
a good ending.
yeah, so it would have been a solid ending, but there would have been like a
Yeah.
lot of characters and stuff that didn't get their like complete character
Their
development.
moments.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's probably why they absolutely continued it, because it was just there was a lot of
2007 is when
Right.
that came out. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
yeah.
YouTube was a baby.
Little
my
baby. But
YouTube was like what, 2006, right?
Yeah. 2005.
2005,
Yeah,
2006.
2006.
When did YouTube come out?
Yeah, but it
What a
was
thing to search.
YouTube release date.
2005.
because
Yeah, beta was YouTube was 2005.
yeah, I think they were gonna end it on like after the pain arc. There's gonna be like maybe another fight between Naruto and Sasuke, but then they kind of extended that and did like a war thing, and you can kind of like the story was still fun and it was still pretty. It was great to follow up on, but you could definitely tell just like the whole power up aspect of it kind of got introduced, and you're just like, no, but there was progression, but there was no progression. You know,
It became Dragon Ball Z at that point,
Yeah.
where it's just like there was
Yeah.
always something stronger, and we're now becoming gods. Like that's just what it was.
yeah, and yeah, so I
I
kind of
vividly remember because Skoj talks about these the videos, like the music videos that play over Naruto scenes. I vividly remember in like probably like 2007 or 2008. No, it would have been sooner. Probably like 2006. Sitting in my friend's room, like in my friend's like family computer room, on the computer, making one of those in Windows Movie Maker to put onto YouTube.
AMVs.
Oh.
There was a Naruto
Yeah,
and Sasuke
yeah.
one with Linkin Park.
I kid you not, we probably made that exact video.
Yeah,
Or
one
like,
thing.
I
don't know why.
man,
It doesn't
I
even
wish I
matter how
still
hard you
had
try.
Oh my.
Linkin Park
That's
straight into
what
the
you
credits.
did.
Yeah.
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 It's just like what you did back then. Like,
Directed
oh
by
yeah,
Michael Bay.
Naruto's cool and this
Linkin
song
Park is
cool.
great. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's take one of the fight scenes between Naruto and Sasuke and line it up.
Oh, it's always that one. Oh man.
Always that one. I had like a YouTube video downloader on my Kindle, and I downloaded that video. I would have the playing on loop because I love the fight. Because it was like one of the peak things about the Naruto, not Shippuden, but Naruto. And it was just, I was replaying that video. I was listening to that music. I was really into Linkin Park. I was an edgy boy.
Oh, we're...
Yeah, we all were. That's why they still tour to this day, because
Do they?
Yeah.
they
Do
do.
they?
Oh, I didn't know.
Wow.
They're in like those omnibus concerts, you know, where it's just like,
yeah.
Oh yeah.
we've got 50 artists, and it's like, oh, that's all my childhood. Thanks.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's insane.
that's why it works.
My goodness, that meme that rolled around recently with the Linkin Park 2007 meme. Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah.
Directed
was
by
just,
Michael Bay.
Yeah, what if Transformers came out in 2007?
Yeah, and then it was just like, what if like the X show or X game came out in this year? I saw none for Monster Hunter. I'm like, I know the perfect scene, and I'm gonna tweet this out. So it was like the ending of Sunbreak, where your character kind of walks with what was her name? Furane,
yeah.
Fiorine.
Kind of walks with her to the sunset, and then it ends, but it's like a fade in the game, but I made it like a hard cut to like the credits. It was so good, but like there were so many others that were fantastic as well, because they kind of had like dialogue a little bit, and then Michael Bay.
Directed by Michael Bay.
So funny.
God, it's just so funny. Yeah. I wanted to see if anyone was gonna do it with a Pokemon game. Because I was thinking about it. I was thinking about it with X and Y and AZ at the very end. I'm a Pokemon nerd. See how you are with like your repository of knowledge about Naruto is how I am with a repository of knowledge for literally every Pokemon game.
It's crazy because it's just like I've always wanted to start like an anime podcast, and whenever I talk with or whenever I listen to podcasts that do cover anime, they mention it's incredibly difficult to make an anime podcast, because it's just like you're just talking about the product that's already out there, and you're just talking about the scenes. It's kind of difficult to cover just anime, because otherwise what you're saying is just like, oh, what's your favorite anime? Da-da-da. It's the same discussion every podcast.
Yeah.
That's the hard thing about podcasts, like in general, because for us, we know what our intent is: introduce like another content creator, talk about creation and things that interest us, and other facets of our life. Like ours is like pretty, nondescript. Like a really good like podcast that hits on certain topics, that has like a topic to discuss. That's difficult, right?
Yeah.
That is. It's hard to like make content like that and make it unique,
Oh yeah.
Like especially with like some of the podcasts that I listen to. A lot of the podcasts that I listen to are either Rooster Teeth podcasts or McElroy Family podcasts. Because like I still listen to Black Box Down on Rooster Teeth, which is something that I never thought would interest me. But it's a show where they talk about plane crashes and like how obscure and how weird and how like everything had to go wrong for like these things to happen, and like how FAA regulations change after that and stuff like that. It's super interesting. And then like the McElroy Family stuff, Schmanners, is a lot of fun to listen to. They talk about like weird and obscure like manners and traditions like throughout society. It's a really cool one. And then they also have what's the I can't remember the medicine one, but they have one about like the medical industry, and like that one's super interesting to listen to, especially like when COVID was going on. That was super interesting to listen to.
Yeah,
I imagine a lot of those really blew up during COVID, like the medical podcast, stuff like that, because like the interest in just healthcare in general and medicine, like it blew up across the board. Like everyone was suddenly like, okay, sickness is now like conducting my life for me, so maybe I should get into maybe I should have a better understanding of it.
Maybe I should be informed.
Yeah,
that's like the same thing, because like I don't follow politics ever, and we're not going to talk about politics, but I wanted to talk about this. I don't follow politics at all, and I feel like the majority of people don't either. But every election cycle, I will watch shamelessly. I will watch Hassan Abi talk about the election cycle and like the election process, and when people are touring, and I will watch him on like voting counting day, like because he does a really good job like talking about this stuff and presenting it in a way that, I mean, he's not impartial, right? He's a very left-leaning individual, but he does it in a way that is not like demeaning outside of the sense of like, you picked a party affiliation.
Like he would be neutral speaking to understand.
Yeah, he talks about like the facts of it, right? And that's when I find that interesting. So in the same way, like, oh, now this entire thing that's dictating our lives, like, is the interest to us. Like, let's ingest content about that. Like everyone goes through these like swings. Like it's super interesting to see that.
Yeah, like for me, my interest right now is like things about Japan, and just like listening things about different things that happen around Japan, because like it's it's crazy how like much of like a cultural difference it is there, and like how much they do things differently.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. They got
It's
a ton
really
of history.
interesting to look into.
There's
I want to go.
There's a couple of really good. There's a couple of really good Japanese podcasts and news outlets that one of my friends turned me onto a couple years back because we were like planning our trip to go to Japan. And so we were like really like getting invested in like trying to learn Japanese, and like because he actually knows Japanese really well, and he is entirely self-taught, and it's insane. And like he was getting me interested in all of these like Japanese like news programs and Japanese podcasts to like learn more about Japan. And they're targeted towards a Japanese audience. Like the things that they talk about, it's literally just the Japanese like 11 o'clock news, but like it's really cool to just hear it and listen to it and read it. So like I'm right there with you, Skoy. Just like I'll find it again.
Yeah,
because I haven't watched it in years now. But it's literally like the Japanese 11 o'clock news. Like it's in Japanese.
Yeah.
You know, like it's not necessarily a podcast. Because like we were doing this to try to like teach ourselves Japanese. Like that's why he watched it. It was to learn Japanese, and so because that's how you pick up on new words and like new grammars by ingesting media.
Yeah,
it's the way I learned Spanish, was like watching telenovelas and trying to translate it for myself, and then eventually you just start to understand it. And I don't know, because like watching that stuff that's like culturally designed for that is so wild than like what we would normally watch.
Yeah, and news, something like that's going to be actually better than like if you just went totally with anime, because anime is actually, the way they speak in anime is not the norm.
No.
It's
It's very over exaggerated.
Like it's
like
the same thing with cartoons. Television.
Yeah,
exactly.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Same.
Like everything, like Amazing World of Gumball, Chowder, like all that. Like it's just
Yeah.
Kids don't talk this way.
No.
And then you watch Teen Titans Go, and then kids actually do talk that way.
You're like, wait a minute.
Right.
God,
Oh,
I
man.
love that.
Do you guys actually plan on going to Japan, or have you guys been to Japan?
We went in 2017. I
Yep,
think.
2017.
How was it?
Where'd you
It was a
go?
really good time.
Where'd you go? Really questions go.
We flew into Tokyo, and then we were there for a couple days, and then we stayed in Okinawa for 5 days, and then came back. I think we flew back into Osaka, and I wish we had had more time in Osaka. That was really cool.
Yeah.
We were there for like 2 days, and we went to Nara and then Kyoto, or Kyoto then Nara, I can't remember, and then back to Tokyo for another week. Oh wait,
Nice.
no, we were in Oita for a little bit because it's like the hot spring central.
Yeah. That's
and that
awesome.
was
So cool.
looking beautiful.
Yeah, we were there for 3 weeks. We got the best backpacks that we could for hiking. We lived out of backpacks, did our laundry at hotels, and we got it's like a month unlimited use of the local transit, the trains.
Oh yeah,
so you could
wow.
So we could just go wherever. We didn't have a car. We didn't rent a car or anything.
It's all trains.
Yeah, all public transit. Which is amazing there. Like you can, even if you don't speak Japanese, Sasha can speak Japanese. I understand it. I can't speak it. But we were able to get around easily. Like their public transit system is absolutely amazing.
That's so awesome. Oh my goodness. Take us with you next time.
Yeah, right?
Hey, we could make a vlog out of it.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. I was thinking about it, like just grabbing a lot of different content creators or something and just going out to Japan for like a certain period of time. I think that would be awesome. Cool.
I think it would be too. I mean, that's kind of what Abroad in Japan does. He gets his content creator friends together.
Yeah, they all
just
live there.
Kind of go and work out together. That's usually what Abroad in Japan does. Is they'll go do like long bike rides across the countryside or something like that, and just show you everything.
That's awesome. I wanted. Let's do it right now.
I'm obsessed with the cat.
Can you see her?
Yeah, I absolutely can. Love her.
She's precious. I would die for this cat. I tell you.
Oh man, listen,
snuggly.
My girlfriend and I, we plan to get a cat when I move in because we really want to get a cat. I never owned a cat before.
Yeah, just go to like a shelter and go sit in the cat room, and then whatever cat picks you, that's your cat.
Yep. they will let you know.
That is the best way to do it. I mean, that's not how we got Portia. She was like dying, and somebody was just like, here's a basket of cats. They got about a 50-50 chance. I took them to the vet. That's what they said, because they were flea infested. So we just sort of ended up with all these cats.
Oh.
Yeah, they had a lot of injuries, a lot of they were just at a barn, had lots of problems, and we just slowly weaned them through everything and across like what was it, like 2 months it took to get them all back to good shape?
Yeah, it was rough because we were having to weigh all of them because they were all too young to put flea treatment on and very flea infested. So we could give them baths, but it still didn't really control them very well. So we were weighing them every day and feeding them. Some of them had various medicines, antibiotics. Stubby had a cut on his eye, so he had eye drops. So these poor little kiwi-sized babies and all of their medicines, they had a hard time.
Man, my goodness.
And the vet was like 50-50 chance on all of them, and there were 6. We lost 1.
Oh.
The fact that 5 made it was...
Yeah. Great job on you guys. That's insane.
Yeah, and they're tough little babies, but...
We tend to grab anything that's in trouble.
So
like we've rescued possums, squirrels. We got the ducks out back.
Yeah, we got a bit of a reputation among everybody that we know, like locally, that if they find animals, that we'll do something about it, which is unfortunate sometimes because right now we have we probably could not have any more animals. There's just not room. Yeah.
But then you just
don't know what to do with this.
What's one more gonna?
Right. Yeah, that's sort of always the problem.
Yeah. We don't know what to do with this critter, so let's call Sasha and Roy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Which is cool. I'm glad that they feel like they can do that, but yeah, it's a little bit scary right now that we don't have room for another one right now, but because normally we would.
But luckily we've got contacts for that.
Yeah,
local cat ladies and
these are wonderful.
and everything.
That's good.
Yeah.
So kind of leaning from one thing to another.
Oh yeah.
What
segues are weird.
What is your plan for your next cosplay to kind of finish things off?
We thought about a couple. There was one chick in a Japanese manga that we were looking at, but her pants are like skin. I don't know.
I know who you're talking about. I can't remember her name. We've been needing to read the manga, but it's apparently a really popular fighting.
Oh, okay. I mean, with any cosplay, I guess just make things whatever works, or make whatever. Whoa. Make whatever works.
Go on.
Yeah, that's sort of what we've been doing lately is whatever closet stuff we can throw together because we've just not had the budget to throw at materials right now. So, but we do have a lot of random stuff. So that's sort of what we've been doing lately. I don't think we have. I might do Ghislaine from Jobless.
Oh.
Jobless reincarnation,
the
buff cat lady.
I really like her, and I have most of the stuff for her already, so it wouldn't take much.
That would be a really cool one.
Yeah, so that would probably be the next big one that I would do.
Yeah, I really
also look at the Street Fighter 6. They haven't, we can't. They haven't been officially announced, so we can't really talk on them. But 2 of the new ladies that were leaked. Yeah, those were. Those are. We like the designs we saw, so. We'll wait for the announcement, but yeah, we're looking at those.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that would be cool as heck. I love fighting game characters.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. Feel like that's a good place to send us off?
Yeah. Yeah, we've been talking for a bit too. It's a great spot.
Yeah.
So has it already been? Oh my god, it has been. It's been 3 hours. Holy crap.
Jeez.
We were setting up for a lot, but
yeah, that's true.
Flies.
Oh yeah, time really flies. Yeah.
Sasha, Roy, guys, thank you so very much for taking time out of your days and hanging out with us and just chit chatting. We really do appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank y'all. This has been a blast.
We love it, and to get to know you guys more as well. I've been wanting to get to know you guys. I just want to say also thank you because you guys have been also pushing me to keep going with working out and just to keep doing it. It's really cool to see kind of where I could be, and it's it's really cool to see. Just want to let you know.
Good motivator.
Yeah, that's the word. Ha!
I'm here to help you with the hard words. See, you got the looks, but I got the brain, and that's not good for either of us. So yeah, thank you guys again. If you had anything that you wanted to plug, right now, feel free to talk about it. Your streams, your content, anything that's coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Do cosplay conventions, maybe?
I don't think we have any cons planned, but we stream every Tuesday, Friday, and Sunday at 7 p.m. CST, and we on the Twitter, the ham.
Yeah.
Nice.
And outside of that, I mean, it's pretty much like, you know, like we always say on the stream, we always sign out. It's, you know, all that stuff is fine and all, but the only thing we really ask of folks is, you know, cherish yourself, value yourself. You are worth it always. And if it's within your means, you know, consider adopting or rescuing an animal. There's lots of them out there who could use your love. So if you can bring one
lots
home,
of babies.
you know, buy your fun.
Babies.
Buy your fun, not your fam. That's what we say. Adopt, don't shop.
That's been like the primary motivator for building the channel, is that one day we wanted to get big enough to actually make a difference with that, do some charity streams.
Really?
Yeah, charity streams, and it would be great to like do like. Ultimately, we'd like to get some land and do like an animal sanctuary.
That'd be so
amazing.
Cool. Oh my goodness.
Use like content creation to push it, like
it.
you know, educate people on
like
welfare, rescuing.
Who's the girl that does the Fox Sanctuary YouTube? And like the TikTok and the Instagram, the Fox Sanctuary, you know what I'm talking about.
Oh,
yeah, there's that one, and then there's Tiny Kittens. Tiny Kittens is another really good YouTube. They rescue cats all the time, cover all the health and welfare.
Yeah. Wow.
So they cover all that as well. And if we ever got to a point where people might be interested in like public appearances, I mean, we would probably be like, we'd probably use it for like.
Oh,
hey,
yeah,
you guys
like do a meet and greet at a shelter or something.
Yeah, this shelter's full. So you guys, you want to meet us? Come meet us at the shelter, and we'll get some animals adopted. You know, get some
that'd be insane.
That'd be so cool.
That's sort of like our end game.
I would.
So if you guys
rescue
want to stay,
cat from you guys.
If you guys want to stay informed on Sasha and Roy and everything that they've been up to, their links are going to be down below. The Twitch, the Twitter, all that fun stuff. And so make sure you go and click on those and follow, because their streams are comfy and always feature a cat.
Yes.
Just saying. Like
either
literally
virtual
always.
or physical
or actual.
Yeah.
But thank you guys again for joining us.
Man, thank you.
I've been Jal, that's been Skoj, and these have been our guests.
Yes.
So we'll see you guys next time.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, guys. It's been great. Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Of course.
Put us in your mouth.
No, don't say it.
I said it.
Stop it.
I'm great. Yeah.